morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into my channel called Take Heed to the Message with Abang Anwa. It just means Queen Baby. How y'all doing this morning? How y'all doing this morning? hmm My condolences to Sonya Massey family. My condolences to her entire family and her two children. Um, and this is painful, but I want us to see this as, how can I say this? This is a lesson as well. I want us to see this as a lesson as well, okay? Because sometimes when we see tragedies like this, we don't see the lesson in this as well, okay? Good morning, everybody. We about to dissect some foolery and some sadness at the same time. And I want y'all to just listen to this real quick. Hold on, y'all. Sonia Massey, can we have the conversation? Can we have the conversation about Sonia Massey without us getting indignant with each other? Can we have this conversation? Are we ready for the truth? Are we ready for the truth? You have to ask yourself that this morning. Are we ready for the truth? Because I always tell y'all that the truth will never be televised. How many times have I said that on my channel? The truth will never be televised. Good morning, Aminaz. Aminaz said, I seen more video that she threw the pot of the boiling water at the cop. Mm. Now, there's a YouTuber that I follow. He's very controversial, okay? A lot of people can't stand him. His name is Officer Tatum, right? A lot of people don't like him. But a lot of his content, if you have an open mind, you can sit there and watch it. You can sit there and watch Officer Tatum content if you have an open mind. So I shared his content with everybody on our community tab. I want y'all to check it out. I want y'all to check it out. This brother take the cam footage and he slow motion it, and you can actually see where she threw the hot water at the cop. Now, we gonna dissect something. We gonna talk about some more issues with that, and we gonna tell the truth. The truth will never be televised because we are meant to see what the smoke and mirrors want us to see only. Amanize, good morning. Maya, good morning. Melania, how are you? Stephen, I see you. Trey, how are you, sir? Anissa, I'm seeing you a lot, Anissa. I don't know what's going on. I'm seeing you a lot in here. I don't know what's going on, Anissa. Tara, what's up, baby? From my hometown. How you doing, sweetie? We about to get in this nonsense. We about to get in it. I want y'all, we going first before we get there, because you know I gotta mess with y'all a little bit. Before we get there, before we get there, we gotta go here first. Okay? We gotta go here first. Lost in translation, how are you? It's good to see you, sir. Now, guys, remember, I'm looking at my computer too because sometimes. Oh, Anissa said I got time. Anissa, I don't know what's going on. You a big wig at the hospital, Anissa. You ain't got time for me, girl. You better stop playing. So I got time. Oh Lord, you ain't got no time. I know how hospitals is run. You ain't got no time. Okay, I want y'all to hear this. And a lot of the stuff we gonna talk about today is trigger warning, baby. We gonna talk about a lot of stuff that's trigger warning, okay? Glenn, how are you? Good morning. Lost in Translation podcast. I hope I greeted you, sir. It's good to see you. A lot of the stuff we're gonna talk about is trigger warning. I want y'all to hear something from Ford in 1989. I want y'all to hear this. Oh, and Nissa said I'm off today. Okay, I understand, Anissa. So I want y'all to hear something from Ford, what he said in 1989. Shout out to Little Duval because he dropped this. Okay, he dropped this. Ricky, thank you for sharing. I appreciate you, sir. Okay, so let's hear what Ford said in 1989. Y'all listen up real good. This is what he said to a young woman, a little girl. And he said it so clear. You know what? I'm going to share something with you. We were taught straight. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody coddled us back in the 70s and 80s. We were not coddled. We were told what it is and what it is not. You know, I miss those times because we coddle our children now. You know, they mess up in school. We tell them, oh no, you're going to be all right. You're going to get it right. Don't worry. If you messed up in school back in the day in the 70s and 80s, you got your behind whooped. Your parents beat you. Okay? They beat you and they told you you better get your ish together. You understand? It was different back then. Okay? Uh-huh. It doesn't help them. It doesn't help them now. I listen. All the behind whoopings I got, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you, okay? Because it made me the woman that I am today. I want to say thank you, okay? Because I didn't do nonsense that my friends do. Now, wait a minute. I did have a baby. That was some foolery right there in my teenage years. But I still made it out. I still made it out, all right? Check out what Ford said in 1989.
Ford, what advice would you give a young lady wanting to become President of the United States?
Well, I hope we do have a young lady at some point become President of the United States. I can tell you how I think it will happen, because it won't happen in the normal course of events. Either the Republican or Democrat political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president. And the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, and a vice president, a female. And in that term of office of the president will die. And the woman will become president under the law or constitution. And once that barrier is broken, from then on, men better be careful, because they'll have a hard time ever even getting a nomination in the future. But that's the way it's going to happen.
Ford, what advice?
Ford was right. That's how that's mess going about to happen right now. That's how it's going to happen right now. That's why everybody is rallying behind VP Harris. That's what's going to happen. Okay? Because the powers that be wanted to be willed that way. Y'all got to remember, the President of the United States of America is voted in by what? Who are they voted in by? Even though we, the people, vote, who is the president voted in by? How do they make it to become president? Even though we vote, right? But the way that they get to be president is how? How do they get to be president? How do they get to be president, y'all? By the Electoral College, right? I hope I said that correctly. I always get that word wrong. That's how. Even though we vote, we the people. And they supposed to go by what we say. Okay? But they can actually do what they want to do. There's nothing that says they have to follow what we elected. They can go rogue and do what they want to do. That's why I was like, why do we even have this? They should just abolish this. But they're keeping it in because they want to still have the powers at be. You know what I'm saying? They still want to be able to wield those powers. So y'all heard what Ford said. I want y'all to listen to, okay. Shout out to Young Black and Wealthy. This channel always drop gems. Always drop gems. And this is um Dr. Omar doing his foolery. But what he's saying makes sense. Okay. Yes. Uh-huh. I know. I know. I know. Yeah. Thank you so much for putting it in here. So here we go. I want y'all to listen to Dr. Omar. Check this out. This is what he said.
I got a question for the Vice President of the United States, Sister Kamala Harris. You were in Ghana a few days ago. You didn't go to Africa to cancel the debt that they shouldn't even owe to the World Bank and International Monetary Fund of the United States government. You didn't go to Ghana to build no institutions for African people. You didn't go to Ghana to pay no reparations for African slavery.
No.
You didn't go to Ghana to do anything progressive for African people.
She
You
did
didn't
not.
go to Africa to deal with them coups.
No.
You didn't go to
not.
Africa to deal with all the diseases y'all be dropping off.
No,
You didn't go
she
to
didn't do
Africa
that.
to deal with all the mineral exploitation by the global white power structure.
that.
But you went to Africa to make Africa safe
That's it.
for the Rainbow Mafia. Of all the problems you could have dealt with in Africa, like reparations for American theft of African bodies for 400 years. You didn't deal with that. No.
They ain't do none of that.
You went to Ghana
That's it.
to make it safe for the Rainbow Mafia.
That's it.
No disrespect to my African rainbow gangers, but if you can't see the agenda, if you still can't see the agenda by now, if there is any question left in your mind
That's
that
it.
the whole purpose of the Zaya Wade phenomenon, the whole purpose of the Rainbow Gang Mafia, the whole purpose of this agenda in Africa is the extermination of black life. I got a question for the Vice President.
That's nasty. Dr. Umar is doing something, okay? That's nasty. Reckless Ray, how are you? It's good to see you. Now, Trey put in the chat, only 4 times the Electoral College gone against the popular vote. The Electoral College follows the general election. Last time was in 2016 and 2000. Let's get it in. Now, somebody interviewed Kamala in 2016, and he was from an Indian news station, okay? And I want y'all to hear the way she talks to him, okay? I want y'all to hear the way she talks to him. Listen to this.
Yeah, well, the Democratic Party for a very long time, not just this election cycle, has been doing a lot of active outreach around the South Asians, around the API in general, and we'll continue to do it. I mean, what we know in particular when you're talking about the South Asian community, we're talking about the Indian community more specifically, it is a growing community in the United States in terms of its voting bloc, in terms of its participation, and I think the party knows that and knows that this is part of our collective community, and there needs to be outreach and inclusion.
And certainly you could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Knock wood.
You could become the first Indian senator in U.S. history, which would be quite an accomplishment.
Knock wood.
Now, when he said you will become the first Indian senator, she responded in the language, and she was smiling. Okay, but I'm not here to question anybody blackness, but she smiled and she responded in the in the Indian greeting, knock wood. Yes, that's what she responded. Okay, she responded in their language. Okay, so my thing is that when we want to say, y'all have to stop claiming everybody. Black folks, y'all have to stop claiming everybody. Y'all really do. It's sad. Everybody is black. If they look a little black, if they hang around with black people, if they talk like they black, and this is some bullshit, but we have to stop claiming everybody black. I'm not here to question her blackness, but I want y'all to hear how she responded about the Indian culture and how they're expanding and how we want to help the culture. That's what she said. But in the next breath, she said that she cannot have an agenda just for black folks, but she said we want to help the Indian culture because they're growing big in the U.S. We want to help. How is it that they want to help them, but our black America doesn't get any help? Black America does not get any help. But I want to help the Indian community. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Now, Trey said Indians primarily vote Democrat too. Okay, they do, right? So they help them, right? Don't they assist that community? This community gets all types of loans and businesses. If anybody say I'm lying, you lying. How many times you walked into a 7-Eleven? How many times you walked into a Dunkin' Donuts? How many times have you walked into a Subway? All these restaurants are ran by Indians now, am I right? Where they get the money from? From the banks? Where they get the loans from? The loan probably have a type of, the banks have a program for especially them to help them succeed. How many times have you seen liquor stores that Indian own them as well? That's right. R just said it. She said this. You think I'm only going to do something for black people? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not going to only do something for black people. So now I want y'all to hear something that is so true, but people scared to listen to this. People scared to listen to this. But, you know, sometimes you have to go in deep, even when you scared. You know, black people, we scared to listen to the other side. We're scared to listen to what is really down the rabbit hole. Shout out to Kosha. We scared to listen to this. But listen to Rizza. I want y'all to hear Rizza break this down about Obama. Okay?
I want to get into this with you a little bit. Obama. Oh, yes. Do you or do you not take the stance he didn't do nothing for black people?
Interestingly enough, not enough black people have researched what he actually has or has not done. The thing is, he didn't do the thing that he should have done, which is what everybody's mad about, which is reparations. No black man would become president of the United States of America and do the very thing that helped America maintain her superiority over the very people that she enslaved. I'm not going to give you the thing that validates the evil that I did to you, put you in a position to do it, and then make myself look bad. It's not happening. I'm not going to give you reparations, and not for damn sure I'm not going to let a black man do it. He would have been assassinated.
Come on, man!
To be very clear, there's a layer as to how this works. One, he was selected before he was elected. Two, he's in the same seat that Nixon was in, same seat that Reagan was in, same seat that JFK was in. You think the seat changes? No. Just because you put a black face on white supremacy doesn't make it black supremacy. No, the seat doesn't change. This is the modern Rome, the modern Babylon. This is the modern Sodom and Gomorrah. He did not have the power to change this system. When a president is selected, when they go into the White House, there are already a preset number of things and items that are to be done underneath that president's regime. Certain things that they put down that they want to be done under this person. Under Obama, kill Muammar Gaddafi. Under Obama, initiating the gay marriage circumstance. But now, does he need to take responsibility for his part? Absolutely. But he also is up against the very same system that enslaved our people. So I want us to make it very clear. We have to put things in context when we're talking. He was not the Superman who became the black man is going to do everything for black people in Congress 535 5 members are going to let him do this. All of these racist white people are going to let him do this. It's not going to happen. Even if he really wanted it to happen, it wasn't going to happen. And this is what I need people to get. He was called for to be assassinated. They put up pictures, photoshopped and edited pictures of Obama as a witch doctor with a bone in his nose, him as a monkey, Michelle as a monkey, his 2 children as a monkey. They called him and her monkeys congresspersons. I'm talking about sitting at the time congresspersons. They were so racist, so wicked. Brother, I'm talking about, to this day, white folks right now all over Twitter are saying Michelle Obama is a man.
Yep.
Wait a minute, let me make this very clear. To you black folks who run with that nonsense, the embarrassing side of this is you're allowing white people to utilize your emotions to benefit a white supremacist argument by saying, oh, she's a man, blah, 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 while at the same time not realizing that's exactly what they used to say to your ancestors, to your people all the time. They would attack black women just like they're doing now, but they're doing it by you helping them. I would never side with white people against my people. We want what we need to have that will not come by us going through the system. But we think we can get it by going into his system. See, the real reality, brother, is we have wanted justice for so long, not realizing you don't go to your slave master to ask for freedom. You separate and establish it for yourself. This is why you have your own schools, your own banks, your own grocery stores, your own transportation systems, your own everything. If you don't get justice from this system, like the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, if we cannot live in peace among you, among this system that is predominantly dominated by white people, then we must separate into our own. All these other people have their own thing, and they are not running around crying all day. Why? Because they have their own. They have their own everything. The problem is we don't want to focus more on unity and separation versus us focusing on some way to, like you said, take our hat off and go hat in hand to beg the white man for something else. When the reality is we have enough millionaires, we have enough athletes, we have enough actors, we have enough people in positions of authority, or at least with enough money to where we can come together and buy up acres of land, build our own schools, and we have our own schools. We need more of them, our own grocery stores, our own everything, to where we quite literally don't even need that system like that. We do have some black people in political positions. We got to put more pressure on them. So at a certain point, it's like we can't keep pointing at this one person or point at the same system that does what it does. I'm not going to get pissed off at a snake for biting me. It's a snake. Obama was in a den, a house of snakes, and you expected him to be able to handle all that by himself, when the reality is, yes, we were disappointed. We were shouting, yes, we can in 2008. I voted for him.
I voted for him twice, and you echoed it. He has done things for black people.
My uncle was one of those who were pardoned by Obama. My uncle had 2 life sentences. Obama released him along with a laundry list of other people. But you want things to be perfect when it's a black man. But when it's a white man, it's okay if things are broken. Oh, we're making excuses, whatever, let's move on. The problem is you want perfection. He was not going to be able to do anything perfect at all. He was barely able to do anything to begin with. Was it a partial psychological game that the enemy was playing? Absolutely. Goldman Sachs helped to sponsor and fund his campaign. He had a lot of people behind him on both sides, because like you said, it was the white and the black vote that got him in, obviously. But there were people playing games and using him to do certain things that were not good, but they used him to do what they wanted. Like you said, Congress and international bankers and things. So we can't just put it all on him. You got to remember the seat that he's in, and it's not justifying, because he does have to take responsibility for the negatives. If he has to take responsibility for that, we have to be able to applaud the good at the time. We can't just attack him. Like I told people when they were looking at me when I was in political science class, I wanted to be mayor of Compton. I told the mayor of Compton this. When I won an award by the mayor and city council, I shook his hand. And I told the city council, and I told him, I said, I'm going to be the mayor of Compton one day. He looked shocked. I said, no, it's going to happen, because I thought the best way to help our people was to go into politics, become the mayor, become a senator, and become president. That's what I thought. I was so wrong. When I learned in my first class of political science, when they explained that politics is not controlled by those who vote, politics is controlled by those who have the money and the power to control. And at that point, that let me know that I will never be able to go and help my people in the way that I want to by going through that system. Obama, just like many others, believe in that system. They believe in it so much they are willing to fight to maintain and not realizing it was not developed nor created to maintain or sustain the survival of your people. It was maintained to create and sustain someone else's survival. We have to establish our own, and that system will respect us as they see us doing our own damn thing and protecting our own thing. Tulsa was one of the over 60 all-black towns that we had, bro. And the problem is we don't want to do it again because psychologically we fear that the white man's going to blow it up again. Not realizing it's 2023. We can protect what we got. So stop being so damn afraid and just do it, rather than pointing at the few black people who we don't agree with, or this person, Obama. I get all that. But if we want to take it serious, if there will be another black president, okay. If there won't, fine. We have to do our own thing. At the end of the day, we can't keep pointing over there because they're going to do it.
So Rizza always preached truth, but a lot of people are scared to run up in this brother channel. A lot of people are scared to listen to what he's saying, go to his lives and stuff like that, because he preached the truth. Rizza preached the truth. Even if y'all don't like him, there's some people who don't like him, but he preached the truth. Okay? I want to share something with y'all. Just like he said, the president he has an agenda, okay, when he get up in the White House. Every president is allowed to do certain things, okay? Why? Because the money talk. See, the House and the Senate do shit because the money talk, okay? It's not some of the stuff go against what they believe, but the money talk. Listen to me? Obama did stuff that went against his belief. It went against his belief and how he was raised. But the money talk. So I got to do it. You understand? Money doesn't have no color to it, baby. It don't have no color to it. Money is the one that talks in D.C. I want y'all to understand that. So even if Kamala wins and she gets up in here, right? Even if she wins, if she gets up in here, she ain't doing shit for y'all. I want you to understand that. Y'all gonna put her in there, she ain't gonna do shit for y'all. Okay? Because the agenda won't allow her to. Okay? And also, Trump, when he get in here, he can't do shit for y'all. If the agenda doesn't allow it to, he can't do shit. Okay? What it is that we have to work and fix it ourselves. Stop believing that somebody is coming to save the black community. You will not get reparations. Y'all have to understand that. You're not going to get reparations. You will not get reparations. I want y'all to understand that. They could have been released reparations a long time ago. You're not going to get it. Both of them ain't gonna do nothing. You not gonna get reparations. Y'all gotta believe that. Ain't shit gonna happen in our community. We're fighting against each other who to choose. Either Kamala black. We supposed to stick with black people. Okay? Trump, we gotta stick with Trump because he gonna do this, he gonna do that. Let me share something with y'all. Both of them cannot do what the agenda won't allow. You know what I'm saying? If the agenda allows it, they'll be able to do it. If the agenda doesn't allow it, they won't be able to do it. That's why I told y'all this Project 2025, y'all got to get that out y'all head. That shit won't happen. Now, maybe some more rainbow stuff might happen, but 2025 ain't happening, okay? I just want to let y'all know that. Stop being scared, okay? Because what has to happen is, in both parties, they got to scare each party to get that shit ready. They got to scare each party to get that shit ready. What they doing right now with Sonya Massey, right? Y'all hear the stuff that's going on with Sonya Massey, right? Black man, I felt a good morning. I'm trying to read just the lock a brother up. Sister want to be president. I'm so tired of you now. Make no sense. So now, I want to share this with y'all. Listen. A change can come in the black community, but it'll have to be us. Reparations is not coming. Y'all got to stop talking about that. It's not coming, baby. It could have came a long time ago. Do you see how they release money all over the world to different nations, but they could never release anything to us? Nothing is coming. Nothing is coming, baby. I just want to let you know, ain't nothing coming. Ain't nothing coming, baby. I just want y'all to know that. Stop. Reed, thank you for the $5 super chat. What have you done for me lately? Arming yourself with knowledge is an age-old in our community. Use it. I love that. I love that. Thank you. I appreciate you. Now, I want to share something with y'all. We mad with Obama because he couldn't do certain things. It was because we mad with Obama because he couldn't do certain things, but it was because of the agenda that was laid in front of him. The agenda that was laid in front of him was to push the rainbow community. That was the agenda. Everything that he done that was big was for the rainbow community, because that's the agenda that had to be pushed. Okay? So even if Kamala gets in there, her agenda won't even be what she want to do. Okay, because she said we want to help the Indian community. Whatever she want to do won't fly either. It's going to be whatever the agenda is for the powers at be. That's how it's going to be. I just want to let you know. Okay, and this is said the false claims against Kamala. Do the research. I did. What false claims, Anissa? Because she did hold 1,500 people in prison for weed, and they got harsh charges. And then she also had someone on death row, and it's in record that the judge had to make her turn over evidence. So what kind of evidence that, what stuff did you hear? Because that's exactly what I saw. Okay. Now, I like what Rizza said. Anissa said that's not true. Okay, Anissa. So I like what Rizza said because he's speaking facts. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Black Man Unfiltered gave a $5 super chat. And he says, I'm starting the Mark Men against reckless Kamala. What is going on, sir? That is too much right there. So I want y'all to understand that what Rizza is saying, it makes sense. It makes sense, but we don't want to sit here and we don't want to believe it. We don't want to believe it. We don't. Now, I want y'all to listen to what this woman said, because we about to jump in. You know what? Hold on, y'all. Let me see what I want to get in here real quick. Let me just make sure. Okay. I want y'all to hear this, because this woman was so ready to say what she wanted to say, and I want y'all to hear this. Now, this is a Supreme Court judge. A Supreme Court judge. Something happened at a party, and I want y'all to hear what the words that she said to this police officer. Check this out. This is about black children, though. I want y'all to hear it.
I'll shoot them on the phone. New video just released capturing State Supreme Court Justice Aaron Gall threatening to shoot a group of black teenagers.
They'll be shot on the property.
Well, I'm just letting you know that
because
the best case
when they
scenario,
trespass, you can shoot them on the property.
You should just come here and just...
No, I'm just saying.
I'll shoot them on the property.
The judge was at a high school graduation party at her friend's house when authorities say there was an argument between invited and uninvited guests. A group of black teenagers who received a text invite to the party with the address then arrived, and a fight broke out shortly after.
It's kind of split open pretty bar.
Yeah, I've been telling him since I got eyes on him that he needs to go get checked out.
He was definitely hit with something.
During the scuffle, the teens lost the keys to their car and couldn't leave the neighborhood, appearing to upset Gall, who wanted the children to leave, but refused to turn over their car keys if she found them.
If the key turns up,
We're absolutely going to throw it in the toilet. You're welcome.
somebody's sister's coming to pick them up and get them out of here, and I'm going to get his information, and
Well,
if
put
we
him
find
in
the
the back
keys...
of the cop car and
if I
let him
find the
wait there.
keys-
5 law enforcement agencies arrived on the scene during the more than hour-long ordeal, during which the New York State Commission on Judicial Conduct said the judge repeatedly invoked her judicial office.
And that's Judge Gall. I'm a judge. I'm telling you, get off the
Hey, dude, go in at the car.
I'm a Supreme Court judge.
I know,
I'm
Judge.
sitting here.
Threatened gun violence,
I'll shoot them on the property.
No.
If I have to clear it out, I will.
and both criticized and pledged favor treatment for the police.
The good part is, I'm always on your side. You know I'd take anyone down for you guys. You know that. You know that. You know I am on your side.
Video also captures the judge making comments about the black teen's intelligence levels.
They don't look like they're that smart, honestly. They're not going to prison school. That's fine.
And praising her son for beating up partygoers, among other comments.
He put up smackdown once he got hit.
Hey, I didn't say it was one-sided.
The commission now calling for the judge to be removed from the bench. The commission administrator telling CBS 6, it is utterly unacceptable for a judge to threaten gun violence, exhibit racial prejudice, promise favorable treatment for the police, or disparage a law intended to keep guns away from dangerous people. Any one of these things would undermine public confidence in the administration of justice. That all this and more was committed by one judge disqualifies her from further service on the bench. Now, Gall's attorney did provide a statement in a brief.
Now, I want y'all, let's breathe it in. Let's breathe it in, okay? This was found on 50 Cent page, y'all. Y'all can go to 50 Cent page and y'all can check it out as well. It is a Supreme Court judge, and she's talking like that because it was a party and some black children showed up and they began to fight the white kids and stuff. And so she said she would shoot them because they on her property. That's what she said. These are kids. She said I would shoot them because they are my property. She said, did you see how my son was hitting them? That's what she said. Did you see how my son was hitting them? She was excited. She was excited. Her son was beating up some other kids, and she said she would shoot them on her property. She said, I could just shoot them. They're on my property. Yeah, they're on my property. The cops are telling her, no. She said, I do everything for y'all. I always ride for y'all, no matter what. I always take up for y'all. You know what? No matter what. See? She said, no matter what, I always take up for y'all. This is a Supreme Court judge. Supreme Court judge. Green Beans, thank you for the $5 super chat. Captain Pinto Beans is what I call her. I'm tired of you, Green Beans. You're going to stop that nonsense because that is not right. We are not calling her that. Be nice. Dedicated to my children's future, I believe that's what it says. Okay. Saw you on DJ Ham's show. Thank you for all you do for our community and especially our women. You are appreciated. I wish I could do more, sis. Baby, thank you. I appreciate everything that you have done already. Okay? I'm not one of those YouTubers that will get up here and say this, that. I'm thankful for what you give me, honey. Thank you. Okay? I saw Kosha up in this bad boy. Hey, Kosha, how are you, sir? It's good to see you. So check this out, y'all. Check this out. Let me see something. Okay. Now, Coach said another distraction from the issue. Sadly, we're going through a crisis for the survival of America. Now, Coach is correct. This is true. This is another distraction. This is the same thing that Trey said the other day. This is another distraction. That's what it is. That's what it is. But like I told y'all yesterday, stop worrying about the smoke and mirrors. You got to watch what's going on behind the curtain, baby. The smoke and mirrors are there to trick you. Okay? While on the other side, I'm doing all types of bullshit. Okay? I want y'all to understand that part. So this judge that is a Supreme Court judge, she said they on my property. I could just shoot them. That's what she said. She wants to shoot children. They're on my property. I can just shoot them. Can you imagine? Yes. That's what they're doing right now. That's what they're doing right now. They said that her 15 years of serving is up in about 6 months, they said. So they probably won't renew her contract. They'll probably keep her out for that 6 months. But they'll probably still pay her. Let's see what happens. But the truth will never be televised anyway. But she told those police that she will shoot black children that's on the property. Okay? Now, truth be told, the children shouldn't have been there anyway. African American children, y'all should not have been there anyway. I don't care if somebody texts you the address. If you didn't get the damn invite, your ass should not have been there. Okay? And then y'all lost your keys. You came to fight somebody. You lost the keys to your car. And now you got to wait, okay, for somebody to come pick you up. Your ass should not have been there in the first motherfucking place. We always miss that part, though. We always miss that part right there. Hey, Malik, what's going on? Okay, it's in New York State. It's a New York State judge. Thank you, Malik. She sound like it, too. I appreciate you. Every video that I put out, y'all, is always in our group chat on IG, okay? Because I found out something in YouTube that they punish you when you show other people shit on your platform. So when I found this out early when I started doing my social media, that I saw other content creators get in trouble when they post a video. So what the fuck I do, right, is I let y'all hear that shit, okay? I let y'all hear it. And then check this out. The truth be told, I don't know how to put that shit on the camera anyway. So that helped me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I found out that, and then I was like, okay, this is good. Let me leave it like that. Okay. So that's the truth. Because, you know, I ain't going to sit up here and lie to you. So since I found out that a lot of YouTubers get in trouble for it, is always a copyright and shit. You know what I'm saying? I like, let me just play the audio. They can't punish me for the audio, right? So that's how we do. That's how my channel will always be. I will never play a video on this bitch. I will share it, yes. I will never play a video on my own shit. I'm sorry, y'all. So that's why you never see it, okay? I want you to hear something that men are going to start saying, okay? I want you to hear something. Deja, don't be laughing at me. Hey, King. I want you to hear something that men always thought this in their mind, but they're starting to say this out their mouth. Check this out.
I was actually wondering if you cared to join me for dinner.
I'm the only one working here tonight.
Another time, then.
Mm-hmm. That's it? You're not going to offer to buy every painting here so I can close up early? I think I actually tried that once.
A woman that can be bought isn't worth having.
She said, you're not going to buy every painting in here so that we could go out on a date. And he said, a woman that can be bought is not worth having. Ain't that nasty? He said a woman that can be bought is not worth having. This is what men gonna start saying to y'all ass when y'all talk about cash at me $500 and shit. This is the shit they gonna be saying. This is the shit they gonna be saying right here. Okay? Okay? Yes, it's nasty. Yes, it is, baby. It's nasty. They gonna be start saying shit like this. Men gonna be telling y'all a woman that can be bought. You in trouble. You in trouble. Shout out to my brothers that tell women a woman that can be bought ain't worth having. Shout out to my brothers. Because let me share something with you. If you can fuck me because I'm the highest bidder, when the next man come along and he's the highest bidder, you can fuck him too. This is why I have put out a video, not a video, but I put out a post today on my IG, right? I put out a post today on my IG and I said this, okay? Now this is my song right here. I'm gonna share y'all why I play this song. This is why I play this song. Check this out. That's why I play that song. Because in the midst, okay, he said, You dumb bitch. Now listen, only why I play this is because this song is designated to be a love song. You hear it? You hear how I drop? Waiting for you, girl, it's true. I do love you, baby. So now, this song is meant to be a love song, but if you listen to the lyrics of the song, he talking to his side piece. He talking to his side piece. If you listen to the lyrics, but the music is love. You hear it? You hear it? You can have a piece of my love. Yeah, I can only fuck you for a certain time and I gotta go. I gotta go. Okay? That's why the song was so good. It sounds so good, right? But when he say dumb bitch, nobody heard that. When he said dumb bitch in the beginning. Because he calling you a dumb bitch. He just gonna fuck you and that's it. But check this out. This is what I put in under that post. Black women, Afro-Latino women, African women, Hispanic women, Asian women, white women, Indian women, etc. Okay? It doesn't matter how good you look. It doesn't matter how good you look. If she's loyal, that's what matters. Is she loyal? Can you trust her in a room full of men? Can you trust her in a room full of men? To behave like the queen you made her out to be. A lot of y'all will say, this woman is better. This woman from this culture is better. This woman is this. She looks like this. I always see this all over social media all the time, being an influencer. But the problem is, can you trust her in a room full of men? Can you trust her in a room full of men? That's the problem. Loyalty. Can you trust her in a room full of men? I don't care how she look. I don't care what culture she come from. Can you trust her in a room full of men? That's your problem, my brothers. We sit up here and we want to say the Hispanic woman is better. The Afro-Latino woman is better. The Asian woman is better. The white woman is better. The problem is, can you trust her in a room full of men? When you're not around her and somebody approach her, can she shut this man down? Can she shut him down and say, nah, baby, I got somebody. I've been married, this and that. You know what I'm saying? I love my husband. Can you trust her? You have to be able to trust her when you are not around. Because we will get up here and compare other races to melanated women, right? Black women, Black American women. We will get up here and compare them. And these women from all over the world, their bodies look amazing, the way they look, the way they walk, body is tight, everything like that. But the question is, can you trust her? Can you trust her, baby, in a room full of men if you're not there? Can you trust her? I'm not sitting up here telling you that black women are loyal. I'm not. I have seen some shit in my day that my family has done and women I know. Okay? That's why I said all of them, etc. The question is, can you trust her? I don't care how good she look. Can you trust her? If you walk out the room, will she spread her ass open for somebody else? Can you trust her? That's what we talking about. Me and my husband had a discussion a couple days ago, a private discussion. And he said to me, if someone ever approached you about a large amount of money and stuff like that, could you know what I'm saying? Could you destroy our marriage to make it in a business? Could you destroy our marriage to make it in a business and destroy the love that we share? And oh, thank you so much. Thanks, Malik. You always doing your thing, sir. I appreciate you. And he asked me, and he said, "What do you think?" I said, "I can't." He said, "Why you can't?" I said, "I have a healthy fear of you." That's what I said to him. He said, "Don't pull that bullshit with me that you be saying on YouTube." I said, "No, I've always had a healthy fear of you. From the time where we were married, from the beginning, I've always had a healthy fear of my husband. And I respect him. So there's shit that you can't have me to do. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell y'all, once a man captures a woman's mind, he got her. I don't care what nobody said. Once a man captures a woman's mind, he got her. It don't matter what happened. Okay? So I told him no, I couldn't. He said, "What if it was a certain amount?" I said, I'll give two shits. I don't care. You can't get me to go against my husband. And then I might whoop your ass. You might have to call security. You know what I'm saying? And my king said, "You just terrible." I say, "I'm just letting you know." Because I know where my husband picked me up at. I know where he found me. So my loyalty will always be with him, even in the midst of temptation. So my problem is, my brothers, can you trust her in the midst of other men that are in the room when you're not there? Can she sit in the chair and be a lady, even when the other men are telling her, "I'm a millionaire, I'm a billionaire, I'm this, I got that, I got this," and you don't have as much as they do? Can you trust her? Let's talk about that, because y'all always compare black women to other women of different cultures. And my problem is, can you trust her? It doesn't matter how good she look or what culture she from. Can you leave her in the midst of other men and she know what's between her legs belong to you? Can you trust her? I want y'all to understand that. I don't care how fine she look, how her body is racked, how she look like a brick house. Baby, the question is she loyal? Because a woman that look fine as wine can be the devil incarnate. She gives two shits about you, but in your face she love you. But when you turn your back, she's the one stabbing you. I want you to understand that, my brothers. Take heed to that message. Because women can be your greatest cheerleader, and she can also be your enemy. She can let me let that sink in. She can be your greatest cheerleader, and she can also be your worstest enemy. I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that. Because women have something in them that if you are better than the man that she's with, okay? Y'all call it what y'all call it on social media. But I'm just going to say she like that moving on up music. Because if you a man that have substance and you have your shit together, okay? Hypergamy. Thank you so much, Anissa. I appreciate you. So you may have your shit together, but another man that come along is better than you. Mind you, she don't know anything about this man. She know you love her. She know you will do for her. Okay? She know you will be there for her. But she wants to be with this other man because he has more. And a woman will decimate the kingdom just because of that. Reed, thank you, baby, for the $5 super chat. It's gonna be in you. It gotta be in you. A part of your nature. Either she has it or she doesn't. I will always say, when I look to my right or my left Are you there? Oh, I love that. I love that. Thank you. I want to share a post with y'all that a brother was going in on this woman, and he said, she said, I didn't know what I had. This is what she said. I didn't know what I had. But check what this brother said to her. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 minute.
Mom, if you know there was a time when I would have cut off my left arm to be with you. But you made it very clear that's not what you were looking for.
Look, sweetie, we were young then, and I just wasn't ready for what you had to offer.
Is that?
You've always been a very good man, honest, and a man of integrity. You know, you were very clear about the life you wanted to live. And baby, sometimes that can just be a bit much.
So, was that before or after you stepped off? Because I'm confused.
Daryl, seeing you with Carrie the other day, it just, ooh, it just made me think about what we could be now.
Her name's Crystal. And I appreciate your sentiment, but I lost my appetite. I'm gonna go.
I guess that's a no, huh?
That's a hell no.
That's a hell no.
Mom, if you know there.
So she cheated on him to have greater. She cheated on him to have greater. Okay? And now she regrets it because she sees him with another woman. Okay? And now she sees the error in her ways. And when they were dating, he already had a plan of how this was about to lay out. Okay? Okay? Underrated Darkness, how are you, sir? I hope I greeted you before. So he already had a plan of how this was going to lay out. Hey, King, how are you? Already knew how this was going to lay out, okay? He said, I would have cut off my right hand for you. That's something crazy, right? He said, I would have cut off my right hand. He ain't say my left hand, you know? Because everybody say, that's my right hand man, right? Everybody say that, right? So to cut off your right hand, okay? Yahshua is what? The right hand. He said to cut off my right hand. I will cut off my right hand to be with you. You didn't want me. You didn't want me. You cheated on me. You didn't want me. I wasn't good enough for you. I would have cut off my right hand to be with you. And he said, I lost my appetite. She said, I guess that's a no, huh? Or song. He said, no, that's a hell no. That's a hell no. He said, no, Women, you always find out what you have lost. You know what I'm saying? Something that someone who loved you so much that they would tear up the earth for you. Okay? You never see this man. You never see this man. The one who loves you and want to take care of you and make sure you never want for nothing. You never see this one. Because you see something else that looks greater. And then when you get over to the other side, you get on somebody else's grass and shit. You see that this is a motherfucking problem. Now you trying to run back after you have already decimated your grass. This is the shit that we do. You have fucked up, okay? And then later you find out, here we go. You know what I'm saying? This is shit that I be talking about. I want y'all to hear something else as well. And then we going to get to the main event. We're going to get to the main event. There's two more things I want y'all to hear. This is, and y'all can't stand her, but I like her, okay? Y'all can't stand her, but I like her. And I don't care what y'all say. This is my channel.
So after he says that, he does in fact shoot her, and she dies. And what my understanding is that she shot him in the head. So those two deputies, you have Deputy Sean Grayson, another one who I'm not sure. At first, they're obviously speaking calmly to her in the home, and then she goes to the stove to turn off the pot of boiling water, and then she picks up the pot, and the other deputy steps up away from the hot steaming water. Now, when this first was spoken about, we were told that, I don't know, there was some sort of a threat with the boiling water. Sure, yes, she's acting erratically, and there is a situation in which she could have thrown the boiling water at the police officers, but they were nowhere near her. And then they shoot her, which to me, given the context of the fact that you knew that this woman was not mentally there, and even if she did throw boiling water at you, I don't see how saying, she said, I will rebuke you. I think she said, in the name of the Lord. And then he says, no, you will not, because I will shoot you. I mean, that is like very extreme, very aggressive. And he then proceeds to, he says, I will shoot you in the face. I mean, that's just like, what are you even talking about? Over a woman with boiling water. In my opinion, he should have simply used his taser if he felt threatened by the steaming water. Or if he felt that he absolutely had to use his gun, why didn't he shoot her in the foot? Or somewhere lower. This just did not seem like an appropriate response to me whatsoever. Now, parking that aside, of course, as I have said since the beginning of time, there are mistakes that police officers are human beings. There are mistakes that happen, and the idea that now you're going to use this situation, and all the usual suspects are already involved, we know that Attorney Crump is already involved, to then try to make Black Americans believe that this happened simply because she was Black is pointedly ridiculous. So I am saying to Black Americans today, do not take this bait. Yes, what happened in this situation, I think he's going to have a very hard time, this officer, saying that he absolutely felt so threatened by boiling water that the only solution was for him to mindfully say, I'm going to shoot you in the face, and that's what he did. I think that's going to be a very steep hill to climb. But the reaction from Black America cannot be exactly what they want. There is a reason that whoever is in control of Joe Biden's account instantly tweeted about this, okay? It's because they think we're stupid. They think we're emotional. I think that we always respond illogically and emotionally, and that it's an easy way for them to show up votes by saying, oh, look, forget that we've destroyed everything around you and that we got you to burn down your neighborhoods, burn down your neighborhoods in 2020. And then obviously stole a bunch of money because none of that money actually went to making your neighborhoods better. And so now those communities are desolate. Forget all of that, because look, another video, and this means racism is back, and vote for us because we're going to show you how emotional we are. And that's exactly what Joe Biden did. He tweeted this on the heels. He wrote, Sonya Massey, a beloved mother, friend, daughter, and young Black woman, should be alive today. Sonya's death at the hands of a police officer reminds us that all too often Black Americans face fears for their safety in ways many of the rest of us do not. Sonia's family deserves justice. I am heartbroken for her children and family as they face this unthinkable and senseless loss. Jill and I mourn with the rest of the country, and our prayers are with Sonia's families, loved ones, and community during this devastating time. Okay, again, going to say here, this happened in Springfield, Illinois, that the only reason whoever is in control of his account is putting that out there is because too many Black Americans are turning toward Trump. They think too many Black Americans are catching on to the Democrat scam, and so they scan every one of these situations, and they leave out the hard facts. And the hard facts are that if you examine this just based on a percentage rate, white Americans unarmed are more likely to be shot and killed by police officers in mistakes, shot and killed by police officers in these correspondences than Black Americans. That is a fact. It is an inescapable fact. There's no way to examine the statistics and not come out with that understanding, okay? And they don't want you to know that. There's never been a time ever on his timeline where he has shared anything about a white person being killed unarmed by a police officer because it doesn't feed their narrative. So stand up to this, okay? And all you have to do is be mentally forthright. Do not fall for the scam. Do not run out of your house. Do not burn down your neighborhood in Springfield, Massachusetts. Instead, demand that Joe Biden make an appearance and let us know who has been in control of the White House all of this time.
The problem is that Under every presidency, stuff like this happened. Under every presidency. It's not one presidency that this has happened. Okay? Out of every presidency, stuff like this happened. All through the year. This is not the only woman who lost her life. It is not the only black man that lost their life. Black children who lost their life right now. This has been happening God knows how long. But because something like this that is so sad. How are you, Jasmine? How are you, baby? Something like this that has happened, they want to use this and put fear in us. Because Kamala does not have a plan. Okay? Trump does not have a decisive plan of what he wants to do. He's just speaking out of his, just speaking. Nothing is written down what we want to do. Okay? They don't have an agenda for the black community. They don't have anything about reparations. You don't hear anybody say reparations. You don't hear anybody say we're going to do something for the black community. They never have anything that say we're going to do something for the black community. If they give reparations to us, they have to admit that they wronged us. Let that sink in. If they give reparations to us, they have to, they're admitting that they wronged us. They are admitting that they hung our ancestors by trees, even some of them who were pregnant, and burned them alive. They have to admit that if they're giving us reparations. That means all the things that Caucasian people have learned about us and what we have learned about our history, that means America is true. They did it. See, right now they could keep running around talking about all that didn't happen. Slavery wasn't that bad as what people say it is. You know what I'm saying? They could keep saying that. But if they gave reparations, now America has to say, we did that shit. That's why you will never see reparations. Y'all got to get out of that. We not going to get no reparations. I'm letting you know right now. Ain't nobody giving reparations. Y'all go sit down with that. It's done. Okay? It's done. All right? Now, we going to go straight to Sonya Massey. We about to go to it. Check this out. I want y'all to hear what this young TikToker said on IG. This is the reason why Sonya Massey is really gone, but nobody gonna want to say it. Trey said it already in the chat earlier. He already just jumped in here, Trey. You gotta wait a little bit, Trey. You gotta wait a little bit. But this is what this young woman said. Check this out.
I'm really starting to realize that. I'm really starting to realize the value of what it is to have a man for protection. Because mind you, I've been on that whole masculine, I can do it all by myself, I can do it all on my own, blah, blah, blah. But really, we cannot. And I'm going to tell you something, and people do not have to agree with me. But if you really take time and look from a different perspective, if there was a man in that home with that Miss Massey that got just recently gone away. If there was a man in the home, I promise you that man would have never let those police officers come into her home. He would have talked with them on the front porch.
Exactly. And I didn't steal that from her. That's just common sense. I know if it was me now, there's no way in hell that I would have allowed any of them officers to come into my home when there was no need for them to come in there. Why would I tell them to come inside my home?
I'm really starting to realize that.
Shout out to the Jeremy Hill Show. This brother be dropping content over there. Y'all check him out on YouTube. The noise was outside, right? She said it was a black car in her backyard. That's what she said. So why did they go in the house? The noise, she said, was from outside. So all she had to do was show them it's the back of the house. and let them go see. They didn't have to enter. They didn't have to enter her house. Not at all. They didn't. She could have talked to them from on the front porch. Now, also, if it was a man in the house as well, we have to talk about this. If it was a man in the house, oh, they done stopped my video. Oh, man. They done stopped my stream when I could see y'all talking. I can only see it on the computer now. They had messed up. So check this out. If she had a husband, right? The husband would have been the one to check out what was going on in the backyard. Yeah, the husband would have been the one. Anytime I hear noise in the house or around the house, my husband either go check the camera or he go outside, him and that big monster pit bull in the back. Okay? Either they go out there, they go see what's going on. That's what they do. Okay? That's what they do. And check this out. A lot of y'all who running around here talking about, I don't need men. Men ain't shit, this and that. This woman needed a man. She needed a man. What are men designed for? What are men designed for? Reed is right. They would have never been called. They wouldn't have. It's just a noise. She just heard a noise. Her husband would have been back there to figure what the hell was going on. I'm just saying, yes, Mac put it in here to provide and protect. That's what it is. That's what it is. And so now this woman has lost her life because there was no man. There was no man. Because y'all running around talking about you don't need men, men ain't shit. Mind you, she had 2 children. She had 2 children, y'all. So somebody was sleeping with her. If they said she wasn't in her right mind, somebody was sleeping with her. Somebody was sleeping with her. I'm just saying. I know this is the truth that we do not want to hear, but it is. It's the truth. Now, I want y'all to listen to this. Now, Officer Tate, right? Officer Tatum. Y'all don't like him. A lot of people don't like Officer Tatum. But I want y'all to hear what he said. And I also shared it in our IG, group chat, okay? Because I want y'all to see the video for yourself, because the way he breaks it down and in slow motion, she did throw the water at the police. She did. She threw that hot steaming water at the police officer. But should the shot have been to the head though? You know what I'm saying? Should the shot have been to the head? Should it have been a shot anyway? I just want to know, because when it comes to us, excessive force is always needed when it comes to us. Excessive force is always needed. But when their own does it, right? Okay? This thing wouldn't have went like that. It would not have went like that. Okay? We all know it would not have went like that. But the water was not supposed to be thrown. I don't care what anybody say. This thing could have just calmed down. They didn't find anybody. They would have just told her, no, we're leaving. We didn't find anybody. Boom, that's it. They didn't have to come in the house and talk to her. She could have said there was a noise outside. That's it. They could have walked around, checked it out. That's all. Okay? But it didn't go that way. So this woman lost her life because of her past mistake, okay, of not getting under a covering. Okay, that's her past mistake. That's on her. And then the mistake of the officer, which this could have went different. And then the foolishness of her trying to throw hot boiling water on police. I'm sorry, I have to blame her. I know a lot of y'all gonna unfollow me, but it's true. You don't do that. You don't do that. And Trey is a retired police officer, and he said taser is not an option in water if water is present. Being tased is not an option, he said. So I want to share something with y'all. A lot of y'all gonna be upset and y'all gonna be mad with me. The water should not have been thrown. The police should not have been in the house. The problem was outside in the backyard. That's where they should have been. Outside to see what was going on. And Tatum goes in to explain what happened. And he says, I was wrong. Because in the beginning, Tatum did a whole video about how Sonya Massey was the problem. And that the police officer was this, that. Okay? And so when a YouTuber states something wrong, they should come back and correct it. That's good character. They should come back and correct it. Because I have done it myself as well. That's good character to admit when you wrong, when you have fucked up. And this is what Tatum has done. He said, I went over it and checked it for myself and saw in slow motion she did throw the water. She put the pot on the floor. After they told her to put it down, she put it down. And then she went back down again and just flung it on him. Mind you, you got to see the black chair that's in front. If anybody watched the video, watch the black chair slowly in front. You will see a poof of steam come out that chair. You knew she threw that water. Okay? You knew she threw that water. But they have to make it seem like this Caucasian man came in and he just guns was blazing and took her out. Okay? They have to make it seem like that because they have to make it a race war. Okay? And Malik is right. She had a mental health crisis. That's right. That's right. So I want to know, how many times have the police been called to this house? How many times have the police been called to this house and they know something is wrong with her? Because in the beginning, when they noticed that something was off about her, they asked her, have you taken your meds? So that leads me to believe that they have been called to this house a few times. Anybody, put a 1 in the chat if you think they've been called to her house a few times. Because they asked her, did you take your meds? She said, yes, I took my meds. So tell me if you believe they came to this house a few times. This is not the only time they've been to this woman's house. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that. I believe they've been there. I believe they've been there many times. I believe they know her. They've been there many times to her house for some stuff that she thought she's a schizophrenic. For the stuff she thought that something was going on. And they came. Now they know that something is wrong with her, right? So why not have somebody can come with y'all to de-escalate the situation? Why not have somebody in the department that can come and talk to her? I was talking to our second daughter because the other one is off the way in college doing a program. And her sister is just alike when it comes to stuff like this. And so I was explaining to her, and she's a teenager, and she says, Mama, her family failed her. I said, why do you say her family failed her? He said, because mama, she had 2 children, right? And they knew she was sick. But then she lives on her own. I said, "Ooh, that's nasty." She said, "Yeah, mama. The family failed her because she lives on her own and she's sick. She's not all there." And then she was able to have children. And I said, "Well, babe, they said it's schizophrenic, you know?" And she said, "Mama, the woman still have a problem. How is she raising children?" I said, "Okay, okay, okay." She said, "Why didn't they have an officer who's trained for that to come? Because I'm quite sure, mama, they've been to her house many times." And I said, "Oh, I like that." She said, "Yeah, mama, that's what it is." So that's why I asked y'all, put a 1 in the chat if y'all believe the police officers have been to her house many times. Because why would they first ask her, "Have you taken your meds?" Y'all, come on now. Why would they ask her, "Have you taken your meds?" Jasmine, I see you, baby. The family knew she had a mental condition. And why didn't they come and check on her ever so often to make sure she is good? Like, I don't understand the family support. I like what you said, baby. You right. But now the family is up there with Clump. Am I saying his name right? Crump. I believe I'm saying his name right. The family is up there with him. And now it's woe is me. But my daughter said the family failed her. Because they know mentally she is not stable. Okay? So let's get into, that's just my 2 cents in here. Let's get into what Tatum said. It's going to be a commercial, y'all.
I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
All right, y'all, round 2. I hope this is not another Uvalde.
Here we go.
I just want to make this video to give a more detailed explanation of my opinions about this last situation. Because it seems like a lot of people had a misconstrued version of what I was trying to say or what my total thoughts were. It's okay to disagree with me on the video. I don't mind. I'm open to dialogue. But when I believe that people are putting words in my mouth and things that I did not say, or saying that I agree with things I do not agree with.
And this is why he's coming to make another I was wrong video about Sonya Massey, because people are coming at him like crazy. And mind you, Tatum got about 3 million people that follow him and some change. So he has to come out and correct what people are trying to say, that he said that Sonya Massey was rightly deleted, and he didn't say that. So here he's going into more detail and talking about it, y'all. I want you to open your ears. I need y'all to open your ears. Stop seeing the smoke and mirrors. Look behind what's going on behind the curtain. Do you hear what I'm saying? Look who is behind the curtain, baby. Okay? World class, I see you, my brother. How are you this morning? Here we go, y'all.
It necessitates me to make a follow-up video just to clarify these things, and then we move on. Because at the end of the day, I'm not indicted, and I'm not in the casket. This video is brought to you by Tatum Store. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just articulate very clearly this follow-up video, because I do honestly admit that I reviewed a very small portion of the video. Normally, I do a more expansive articulation of the video. I was really trying to give my quick thoughts out as soon as possible because I had other videos to do. And I thought that my only mistake that I feel like that I made in this situation was that I should have articulated or reviewed the entire footage with you guys so you can see from start to finish, and you can hear my evaluation of everything that happened from the time they showed up to the crime scene tape. And I didn't have a chance to articulate that, so I'm articulating here. When it comes to the behavior of the police officer, I do not think that this police officer had appropriate behavior.
He did
I
not.
I would, you know, he comes across as one of these cops that I never want to work with. I would never do anything he did. I would never say any of the things that he said. That's just my opinion. I didn't get a chance to articulate that in the first video. I do not think that this is a modeled citizen and he did everything right and he deserves to get. I mean, he gonna get railed in court.
Yeah.
And I don't. And I'm not mad. I don't care. That ain't. I don't know this man. But I do know that his behavior and his decorum as a police officer is unacceptable. I said that in the last video. I want to make it clear today. Let's talk about real quick the beginning of the video when they were showing up at her house, you know, related to a prowler call. So they show up to the house of prowler.
Now Trey put in the chat, Trey said his behavior was ridiculous. I would never work with him. He trash. Yes. And Tatum said the same thing. He's trash. The guy is trash. Okay. So did this man already have in his mind, is he the cop that always comes to her house? Because he asked her, did you take your meds? Okay. Is he the cop that always have to come to her house? Okay. Is that his area that he have to patrol? Him and his partner have to patrol that area all the time. I'm telling y'all, something is not right. Okay. Let's go into it again.
Call is simply a call for service. When somebody is loitering around your house, you know, you kind of feel like somebody's suspiciously lingering around on your property, so you call the police. Police show up, they do a canvass, which is what they did, and then they ended up making contact with her. There's a lot of the video, and I don't want to show it because I don't want to go through this again. So I'm going to try to give a visual with what I'm saying. So they circulate the house, they look around, and they don't find anything.
Okay, they don't find anything.
They get to the door with the lady. They have a quick conversation with her. And she clearly starts saying things that indicate to this first police officer that something may not be totally right with her. Right. She may be having a mental episode.
Okay.
He asked her, are you having a mental dilemma? And she said, no, I'm fine. I'm on my meds. But then she said that random person came and parked a black car in the back of her yard, which is kind of suspicious. And so a good cop, cops that are reasonable, I would have gone in the house and spoken to this lady because she may not be on her meds. She may be hallucinating. The family says she's schizophrenic. Okay. So a good officer should go in and give her the services and help that she needs. You can't just say, I'm going to walk away from this, and the lady call again tonight and call again the next day, and then before you know it, something happens where you could have intervened and got...
The thing is that Tatum is missing as him being a cop, right? The thing he's missing is that they always probably come to this woman's house because she's a schizophrenic, right? And this is probably their beat where they always work at. So they probably always come to her house. That's why they circled around the house to see if anybody was there. Nobody was there. After that, they should have stayed out there because they don't know if she took her meds or not. Because sometimes people who take medication, they story and say they took their meds, okay? So what they should have done is stayed out there on the porch and said to her, we got somebody coming that's going to talk to you. Everything is okay. Or they should have had somebody on the way because they know this woman calls in all the time. I bet you $1 million this woman, and I ain't got no $1 million, but I bet you $1 million this woman always call the police. I bet you she always call the police. World Class said, all we know, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, brought his demon out. That's what they say. That's what they say, and that's what she said, okay? So let me share something with you that we already know, okay? The police department is already infiltrated. We already know the police department is already infiltrated with people who don't like us. I can't say that word because they have blocked my stuff when I said that word and on YouTube, so I gotta be careful. But they have already infiltrated the police department. So that's why you hear more of us being gone than anything, okay? more of us. Even though Candace Owens said that from the Caucasian community, it's more them than us that are deleted. I don't know. I'll check that out myself and check the stats, but you always see us. But in a sense too, she said when stuff happened to black people, they always promote it all over social media. But when a Caucasian person is taken down, you never hear it. She right about that though. She right about that. When a Caucasian person is deleted by the police, you never hear it all over social media. You never hear it in the news or nothing. Okay? But when it's a black person, they play that thing to the T, honey. They play that thing to a T. All right? Let's go into it, y'all.
Resources. So the cop, talks to her at the door. They end up in a house. This is how they end up in a house. A good cop will be asking her information to see who she is, maybe contact her doctor, get some information to do what they call a field interview, a FI. And therefore, you got all the resources that she needs. You have all the information you need for other officers that end up responding to her house. If you go into her house and you notice that she's unkept or she's disheveled and she needs services immediately, in the agency that I work with, you can then make that call. People who specialize in this stuff will come out to her door, knock on the door, have a conversation, right, commit her if it's necessary, or right, get her further resources. So at this point, there is nothing nefarious happening. They have a conversation back and forth. Nothing they ask happens. The woman, they see a fire on her stove. They ask her, could she go and turn it off so she don't end up catching a fire unintentionally. When you look at the video, hopefully, you can see the proximity between her and this kitchen, which I think that it wasn't very clear in the first video I made. So she's here. The officer is standing in this little partition. Her couch is literally up against this wall here.
Right.
And literally the kitchen is right here. This is the partition that the officer was behind, and the kitchen is literally right here. They are no more than about 6 feet, 5 to 6 feet away from each other. On the body-worn camera, it looks like it's like a fish lens because this camera has to cover at least, close to 180 degrees. So it's a fish lens. So it makes stuff look a little further than what they are. If you look at the build of this place, her couch is literally up against this wall, and her sink is literally up against this little part where you see the bags and stuff that are at. This is not a big old area. This is a small area. I've been in houses like this before.
I like what Trey said. He said, I would have said to her, I'll check it out and I'll be in the area for the rest of my shift. Get her information and peace out, peace out. He's right. Trey right. This thing was on some demon time right here. This whole thing was on some demon time. And this cop was ready. He was ready. Like he has been encountered with this woman before. Nobody will tell me he hasn't. Nobody will tell me they never came to this house before. This woman is a schizophrenic. They have been to this woman's house many times before. Okay? There's a problem here. They know this woman is not right mentally. And like our daughter said, our second daughter, she said, Mama, the family failed her. They know something was wrong with their daughter. The family failed her. It's called wellness check. Call her. If she's living by herself, go visit her. See what's going on. Okay? Because sometimes you could get to their house and they say they're not feeling well. They want to go to the hospital. Take them to the hospital. You know that she's not well. Our second daughter said, Mama, the family failed her. But now they on social media crying and everything. The family failed her. Because look at this house. This house is nasty. Y'all seen the house? The house is nasty. This woman has a problem. Those children she have that live with her, they look like they don't even clean up and help. Something is wrong in this house. Okay? Something is wrong in this house. But the police officer is still wrong. He's still wrong. The police officer is still wrong. And I want to share something with y'all as well. Just because somebody can call the name of Jesus, right? Demons can call the name of Jesus too. I want y'all to understand that as well. Okay? I want you to understand that. And when demons hear the name of Jesus, right? They hate it. So demons can call the name of Jesus. And demons can hate the name of Jesus. I want you to understand that. I want y'all to get that right. Okay? I want y'all to get that right. Understand that. Okay? Now let's go into it.
And this is not me saying that it's justified or not. I'm just giving information. So she goes over to the pot. Correct. I mean, look at him. He's standing right here. Look how close this kitchen is. And this is even with a fish lens.
Yeah.
This is how close this kitchen is. I mean, literally, they're like right here. 2 steps and they can probably touch her. Okay, she's going to walk over here.
She walked over.
Look how close she is. She literally walked behind him to go into the kitchen, and she's right there. That's not very far. And when she ended up throwing the pot, she's throwing the pot actually a little bit closer than where she's at. We'll keep going.
She get the pot.
She takes this pot, the camera pans.
She could have just
I don't know what she does with the pot.
She didn't have to pick up the pot.
Because I want to clarify this too. She started saying stuff in the name of Jesus, I rebuke in the name of Jesus. I don't know if the officer thought she is threatening him or it's what she's doing with the pot while she's saying it is what necessitated a response.
The house is nasty, y'all.
Just going back to the situation, I would never act like this. I don't think this is justified in his behavior whatsoever.
It's not justified.
When it comes to his attitude, his demeanor, and his acceleration potentially of this situation. And people think that, you think it's okay. I don't think I said in another video, I don't think it's okay.
It's not okay.
And it's not okay because I think he could have done something different here.
He could have.
Now, this is hindsight. This is me with my training and experience watching this video, not in the living room with the training that this guy have and the situation, the circumstances, dealing with this woman. So I'm judging this based on what I would do, not based on what he experienced. I don't know what's in his mind, right? Or her mind. So he threatened her.
I like what World Class just said. He just put it in the chat. World Class said it just like this. World Class said she told them she was on medication prior to the pot situation. So why tell her to go to what you deem to be a weapon? The other cop could have walked over there and turned it off. Am I right? Could have walked over there and turned it off. If they thought that something could happen, they could have walked over and turned it off and continued to talk to her and let her sit in that chair. But their first mistake was to enter the house. That was their first mistake. I would not have entered the house. Her problem was outside, right? They could have took her information from outside. They could have asked her, can we get your ID? They could have took her information from outside, right? And then said, we going to be patrolling the area, just like Trey said. We're going to be patrolling the area. We're going to make sure everything is all right. We're going to pass it on to the next shift and let them know as well. That's what could have happened, right? That's how it should have played out. Normally, that's how it should have played out. But because the devil was at play with this thing right here. The devil was at play with this thing right here. Okay? I want y'all to understand this part. The devil was at play with this thing right here. And so this is why this thing went left. Okay? Let's talk about it.
The gun, she ducks.
She ducks. She gets down.
She ducks behind this little partition here.
Okay.
He walks closer to her. I'm assuming to see what she's doing back there. And And then she comes up with the pot and she throws hot
comes up
water.
with the pot and she
A lot of
throws
people
the
are
hot
saying
water.
that she never threw the water.
They said
I want
she
you
did,
to watch this.
but
real
the
quick.
video shows she
Whether
did.
you believe it's justified or not is irrelevant in this
It's not
video. And I wish
justified.
I'd
It's
have did
not
the first video like
justified.
that where I didn't make a comment because people get in their feelings about what I said versus looking at it. I want you to watch what happens right here. You're gonna see the steam. When I play it the first time, don't watch her. Watch this boiling hot water hit this table and hit this ground, and watch the steam that comes up. Therefore, you know she threw the boiling hot water.
She threw it. When she get down, she threw it. She gets up, she throw it. Boom.
You see that
You see
steam?
all this water
Let's go
on the
back.
chair. I'm glad the way he slowed it down so you can see what's going on. She gets up. She throws
She
it.
throws the water.
It hits the chair.
You see that steam right
all
here?
that steam. She was trying to throw it at them.
This is that boiling hot water that she threw this
Steaming
direction.
hot water.
And if you keep watching that area, just watch it. I
Now,
wish I
I'm
could.
going to share something with you. After she threw the water, right? They ain't had to do nothing else but grab her. That's it. She looked like she 110, 120. All they had to do was grab her. That's it. The gun didn't even have to be drawn. Once she threw the water, they could have just grabbed her. She wouldn't have been able to get nothing else. These are two men. The body is 120. She looked like she 120, 110. They could have just grabbed her. That's it. They ain't even had to. They ain't had to let the gun shut off or anything. They didn't have to. They could have just grabbed her. They could have just grabbed her and and get some help. That's all they could have done. They ain't had to do nothing else. Yes, subdued her. That's all they had to do. They didn't have to shoot her. He did not have to shoot her. And I'm going to share something with you. Why did he turn off his body cam? Why did he turn off his body cam? If his partner didn't turn off his body cam, right? If his partner didn't turn off his body cam, we would not have known what happened. We would not have known what happened. Thank God he did not turn off his body cam. Because that's why I said to y'all, they know this woman. They go to her house all the time. This man thinking in his mind, he one of those arrogant officers. I'm tired of this bitch. I'm tired of this bitch. I'm tired of every time I turn around, I gotta come to her house. I gotta come to her house all the time. Every night they calling us 3-4 times. We gotta go to her house. How many times? Do y'all believe that? Do you believe that? That they have been called to her house many times. And this officer said, I'm tired of this bitch. He said, this bitch is crazy. That's what he said. That was the end. He said, this bitch is crazy. Y'all read, that's what his partner said. I'm gonna keep my camera on. I don't blame him. He did the right thing because we would have never known how this played out. And when he called her a crazy bitch in front of those other officers after he deleted her, the other officers just looked at him like he was crazy because they know he fucked up. They know he fucked up and they all got their body cams on and shit. They know he fucked up. They like, nah, he going down by himself. He going down by himself. Because the officer, the other one, had his gun drawn too. He had his drawn too, but he didn't shoot. He didn't shoot because he know there was not a threat. The water, yes, was thrown, but she's not in her right mind. They know she not in her right mind. Okay? So after she thrown the water, they could have just grabbed her. They could have just grabbed her. These are strong men. This woman weighs 110, 120 she looked like. You know what? I'll give it 130. 130 she looked like. She looked like lightweight. Ain't no way. Oh, Calvin said he was kicked out of the army for bad behavior. I don't know. Allegedly, Calvin, where you get that information from, my brother? So now let's go back into what Tate trying to say. Shout out to Officer Tatum.
Put in slow mo. Can I slow it down? Watch it in slow motion. Okay. I want you to watch it. She pops up. He.
Trey said something good. Trey said there was a threat. His perception of the threat may have been different from the officer that shot. And I'm going to share something with you. That's why I said, this is why I said that they've been to this woman's house before. Because the other one didn't see that that was a threat. They've been to this woman's house before. The other one probably can't stand going to the house all the damn time. And he said, I'm going to deal with this accordingly. Okay? I'm going to deal with this accordingly because she's trying to throw hot boiling water on us. Mind you, I'll share something with you. She has probably done other stuff like this before to those officers or other officers. And they said, oh, so-and-so is not in her right mind. Y'all be careful of this house. Okay? Hands down, I bet you. Hands down, these police officers have been to her house before. Okay? Many times. If that's their regular beat, they've been to her house many times. Nobody will tell me anything different. And when the truth come out, because right now they only got some parts of this story. When the truth come out, there will be that they always came to this woman's house. That they always came to this woman's house. I'm sorry. Oh, wait a minute. Trey said he been to 6 different agencies since 2020. He should not have been hired. Trey, thank you. Thank you for telling the truth. Oh, world class. Thank you. I'm just reading what you put in. I'm trying to read the chat. I like what you said, world class. Thank you. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. It's crazy. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see. Let's go into a chat. Y'all doing y'all thing today. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. So put a 1 in the chat if y'all like the content. Put a 1 in the chat if you like the content, because we trying to break it down. Because we gotta stop looking at just the smoke and mirrors. We gotta look at what's going on behind the curtain, honey. No, Jasmine, I don't know if they knew her, but it feels like they have interacted with her before. For them to even walk up in the house. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Do you, because we already asked that earlier, y'all. Do y'all think that they had been interacted before? I believe so. I believe so, baby. Because she's mentally unstable. You know what I'm saying? She's mentally unstable. So she has a problem. And I believe that now, I'm not sure, but they were too like they know her. You know what I'm saying? Like she's the problem they got around in that neighborhood. Mm-hmm. That's what it seemed like to me. Yeah, world class is right. They could have turned off the water. They could have turned off if they felt that pot of water was a weapon of mass destruction. Okay, yeah, I said it. If they felt that way, they could have turned off the water themselves. This is right. Let's get into it.
Back. She pops up here. You can't see it from this angle, but you can see the steam. I want you to look at the water and the steam hit this floor right here. See that steam? And people are saying she never threw the pot. She actually did throw the pot. Now, whether you think he's justified or not is on you. Whether you think he should have ever been there, he should have done different tactics is a different story. And that's debatable, right? And that's what they're going to articulate in the court of law. Now, let's look at it from the other angle so you can see a different angle of what happened. Many people are articulating that she actually didn't have anything in her hands when she went down the first time. Let's watch it because It's pretty reasonable to think that.
So I'm gonna let that go. If y'all want to go watch him on his own channel, I shared it in our group chat so y'all could check it out. I shared it in our group chat. I want y'all to hear the 911 timeline. But you know what? It's so sad. I don't know. Let's just go to CBS real quick. I want y'all to hear what they said.
My dad loves his car so much, so I brought a phone cleaner from TikTok Shop to help him clean the car.
Tonight, the Justice Department says it's assessing the deadly police shooting of Sonya Massey, the Illinois woman who called 911 about a possible prowler only to be shot and killed by a sheriff's deputy in her own home. CBS's Roxana Saberi has new information about the former deputy charged with Massey's murder. We do want to warn you that some of this video is disturbing.
It's one of the worst police shooting videos ever.
State records obtained by CBS News show Sean Grayson, a 30-year-old former private first class in the Army, worked for 5 different law enforcement agencies in just under 3 years before being hired by the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office last year. CBS News has also learned Grayson was charged twice with driving under the influence of alcohol in 2015 and 2016. He pleaded guilty both times. Ben Crump is an attorney for Massey's family.
Why was he even?
Okay, so World Class, I had to stop it real quick. World Class said y'all have not seen the full version. I think Freezy showed the full thing, not just the viral clips. Her hands were empty. She dropped the pot while while saying I'm sorry. Okay, so even if, no matter how it went though, truth be told, World Class, the cop is wrong. I'm not here to tell y'all the cop is not wrong. The cop is wrong. No matter how it went, the cop is wrong. Okay, it's not supposed to play out like that. Because especially if they have always been called to this woman's house and they know her jacket. The cop is wrong. I'm sorry. No, even though, you know what I'm saying, I have law enforcement that follow me and stuff like that, but the cop was wrong. He didn't handle it well. He did not. And even Tatum, who is an officer, even Trey, who is an officer, said it shouldn't have went like that. Okay? So the cop is wrong. No matter what, we not trying to dispute anything. The cop is wrong. Okay? Okay, King Max like, wait a minute. King Mad the Max said, I'm telling y'all, cops try to get into a game. Well, baby, he done. They gonna get rid of him. And wanna know why? Because the Dems gonna be on Illinois. They gonna be looking at Illinois. Watch. He done. Check it out, y'all.
By the sheriff's department.
A DUI conviction is not a disqualification from law enforcement in Illinois. Today, some of Massey's family members accuse the sheriff's office of trying to initially cover up what happened. Now, Massey's father is demanding Sheriff Jack Campbell resign.
I think it's a culture to treat this family this bad. If it were not for that camera footage, they'd have lied their way right out of this. So he needs to resign.
What took you so long to answer the door?
This comes a day after the release of body camera video revealing the moments just before Grayson shot Massey in the face.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
God, I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the
You only watched a little bit of the video. You had to stop.
Yeah, I can't finish it.
Massey's 17-year-old son, Malachi, and her mother, Donna, say they're still in shock.
This can't be real. I don't know how this could be real. I'm sorry.
In an email to CBS News, Sheriff?
Incoming call.
The thing is that, check this out. World Class, no, honey, nobody's saying no, please don't think that. I'm not saying that you believe that we believe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that. I'm not one of those ones that believe that stuff. I'm not trying to get into anything with anybody. I understand. He says, World Class said, no, I'm simply addressing a misunderstanding on the details. I know that nobody here is defending the cop that shot her. Thank you. I appreciate you. He swore to his God first. To his God first. Okay? I want y'all to understand this part. Listen to me, y'all. And this still stems from, this will always stem from, she had 2 children. She had 2 children, okay? Men are amazing. Men are amazing. And I think because we have been taught that men ain't shit, that they're not worth having around. Because if she was married and she had a covering, would this have happened to her? Nope. If she was married and she had a covering, would this have happened to her? Nope. And the children are teenagers, so they were not in the house. The house was nasty. The kids do not clean up. When I look at the mother, and from me growing up the way that I grew up, the mother is not living a righteous life. Okay? The father is doing the same thing that the mother is doing. They're not living righteous at all. Okay? I can see it all over the mama face. Now the daddy looked like he do a little something, but the mama looked like she on demon time. Her mother. Okay? So this woman comes from a family that got some problems going on as well. So this is why nobody took the time to check on her. And the children are teens. So they're doing whatever they want to do. They don't have to be home with mama. But that house is nasty. Look at that house. Something is going on. Look at that house. Those police have been called to that house many times. I bet you they have been called to that house many times. And it's always probably that arrogant cop. It's probably always that arrogant cop. Every police station always have that one cop that you like, oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Why they send him? I don't, listen, this is, a lot of y'all get out here, y'all say a covering does not make sense. Oh, to have a covering does not make sense. Y'all gotta stop lying to yourselves. A covering makes so much sense. It ain't even funny. See, black men know how valuable they are. It's just we don't know how valuable they are. Other races understand how valuable they are. That's why y'all so mad with that German woman over there. Y'all mad as hell with her about what she's saying. But what she's saying is the truth. And what she preaching, so many black women in YouTube have been preaching, the good ones, have been preaching the same thing that this German woman is saying. Black men are needed. And y'all are finding out how much they are needed. But because you have alienated our brothers for so long, nobody's coming. Nobody's coming to save y'all. Because y'all have alienated our brothers and told our brothers, you ain't shit, you ain't gonna never be shit, you never was shit, I don't need you, I could do bad all by myself. All that bullshit that y'all say. And when shit like this happen, the first thing that comes to mind is that she should have had a covering. That's the first thing that comes to mind. The Blizzard King said it best when he dropped his whole video yesterday. He said it best. And let me share something with you. I don't, world class, I see what you wrote. I do not blame the German woman. She loved her king. And she not going to let y'all just come for her. She not. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Because y'all don't know how valuable your men are. You don't. See, there's women like me on social media. We know how valuable our husband is, okay? So we cater to our husband. We love our husband. Baby, if my husband tell me in mid-sentence, honey, and I have a show to do. I will have a show to do, right? Honey, I need you to rub me down. I'm tired, right? I'm tired. I need you to rub me down a little longer, right? So what? Now, mind you, I rub my husband every day because his work is something. Okay, back everything. I rub this man every day. Okay, because he's hurting. So now, I will be like an hour to get to Black Men Unfiltered Network panel. Right? I will text Black Man Unfiltered, sir. I gotta come at 10 o'clock. I gotta take care of my husband. My husband come first. This social media stuff don't mean nothing to me. My husband come first. I kid you not. I love and respect this man. I kid you not. And this is the thing. None of y'all understand love and none of y'all understand respect and love. Because respect got to come first. A lot of y'all don't understand that. Do you think if something happened in our house, God forbid, that my king would not wreck shop in this bitch? My king will take anybody who come up in this bitch. Because why? His bloodline is here. His wife is here that he loves. Nobody could ever second guess anything about how much my king loves his offspring and how much he loves me. If anybody told me your husband never loved you, I would tell him, kiss my ass. I know how much my husband has taken care of all of us. Even when his body is hurting. Even when he's tired, he still do. A lot of y'all don't understand the covering of a man. A lot of y'all don't understand it. And some of y'all will never understand it. There will be more stuff like this that will happen to my melanated sisters. Because you helped, and this is nasty what I'm about to say. You helped Zaddy get with our brothers. You helped Zaddy. And now it's your motherfucking turn. It's your turn. I said this to y'all about 1.5 years ago. Now it's your motherfucking turn. You helped Zaddy take our brothers down, and now it's your turn. It's your turn. There will be more like this, and it will be melanated women. I kid you not. It's sad. But it will be more things like this, and it will be melanated women. Because you have helped Zaddy take our brothers down. And when I mean you have helped him, you have been helping him since Ricky Lake, Gerardo, okay? Sally Jeffsey, Raphael, okay? You have been doing this since them. You have helped, took them down with the image of a black man. Black men ain't shit. They don't take care of their children. They don't work. All these things. Mind you, you have messed with men who are not the pillar of the community. You have messed with men that give two shits if the community burns down. This is what you did. Oprah too. That's right, King. Thank you, King. Oprah too. So y'all have made a perception about black men that black men ain't shit. Black men do this. They're the worst and everything and this and that. And so now black men have took what y'all said and said, we gonna change. We gonna work on ourselves. Okay? When a police officer pull us over, we gonna have both hands on the steering wheel. We not gonna touch nothing until he say. We gonna turn on all the lights in the motherfucking car. We gonna have our hands here. Okay? That's what we gonna do. We gonna talk with some respect and shit. Black men said, I don't want to lose my life. And even when they do all that, sometimes they still lose their life because of some Hicktown cop that want to be a bad boy and shit. Okay? But my sisters, because y'all have never been trained on how to talk to men, not even black men, because y'all know how to talk to black men at all. So y'all have never been trained on how to talk to men in general. A lot of y'all, there will be a lot of shit like this going on. There will be a lot of shit like this going on. Because even when cops talk nasty to you, right? You still got to be able to hold yourself. You still got to be able, but because black women, you have not been able, you don't know how to talk to men properly, a lot of this shit will happen more. And you don't have a covering. You don't have a covering. This is a problem. But nobody want to tell y'all this truth. That's why y'all don't understand what the hell going on. Now, should Sonya Massey have been deleted like that? Hell to the no. No, she shouldn't have. I'm not here saying she should have been. No, hell to the no. She should not have been deleted. So Deja says for the $4.99 super chat, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. One of my biggest regrets was listening to single or divorced bitter old women when I was a newlywed woman. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. Because, you know, older women and bitter women will always keep you single. If they don't have the right mindset, they will always keep you single, baby, because they want to see you fall like they have. That's the sad part. That's why I always tell y'all, be mindful of these women, these older ones, that because they got age on them, they think they got wisdom. Everybody who got age don't mean they got wisdom, baby. Some people just demons inside, honey. All right, I'm gonna let you know. All right. So with that being said, Zaddy said it's y'all turn. Zaddy said it's y'all turn, baby. It's y'all turn. Because you have turned on your brothers. You have turned on your brothers. It comes to the point now when black men see black women in trouble, they don't go. They don't go. You want to know why? Because sometimes it could be that this your boyfriend laying hands on you. And then he come in and try to help. And then you and your boyfriend start jumping on him. So a lot of black men said, no, I got to sit this one out. I got to call the police from my car. My sisters, it's sad to say, but we caused this foolery. We're the only race of women that get up here and say our men ain't shit. No other race do that. No other race do that. Hispanics don't do it. Asians don't do it. White women don't do it. Indian women don't do it. They just don't do it. Jamaican women don't do it. They don't do it. African women don't do it. African American women say our men ain't shit. We're the only ones that get up here and say our men ain't shit. They gonna never be shit. They never was shit. We're the only race that do that. And we think it makes sense. That's why it's hard for men to even want to help. This is why it's hard. My brothers and sisters, I am not sitting up here saying that what happened to Sonya Massey was right. No, I'm not. Hell to the no, I'm not. That shit was wrong, honey. But could it been prevented? Yes. Could it been prevented? Yes. Did the peace be still have to be drawn? No. From the video I saw, it looked like she threw the water at him. But from what World Class said, shout out to World Class, he said if you check on the other angle, of what is going on in the video, she dropped the pot. Okay, she dropped the pot. Now, I don't know, okay, but they will go into it more and be able to dissect that video on the body cam, okay? The courts have equipment like that they'll be able, once they get a tech in that bad boy, they're going to be able to dissect that video real good and find out what the hell really happened. But I want you to understand this, my sister. You are the only one who gave up your foundation. You are the only one that gave up your foundation. The cop was wrong. He was wrong. No matter how you spin it, the cop was wrong. Yes, I'm not sitting up here saying he was not. I'm not one of those YouTubers to be like, he wasn't wrong. Nope, the cop was wrong. He was wrong. But I want you to understand, stop. See, all these things happen because they want us to run in fear to vote. I just saw Nissa put in the chat, she said, this is why I don't understand how people, she trying to say I don't understand how people could vote Trump because he said he would give immunity to the police. Let me share something with you. Trump lying, he just wanted that endorsement. He talking like a politician. Ain't no way that it could be immunity. You want to know why? They got black cops too. They got black cops too that can go and delete Caucasian people. They got black cops too. Ain't no way. They got black cops too. Black cops can go and delete white people, and then what happened? They got immunity. The president gave them immunity. They ain't gonna do that shit. They just needed the endorsement. Even though I'm not telling y'all to vote for Trump. I'm not telling y'all that. That's not my channel. I'm not telling y'all to do that shit. You vote for the candidate that help you, okay? Either Kamala or Trump. Whatever candidate that help you. My channel is not to promote either one of them. My channel is to show you both of them fucked up, okay? That's what it is. Both of their asses is fucked up, okay? That's why I gotta sit this one out. No, I gotta sit this one out, okay? Both of them fucked up, okay? But I want you to understand, we won't see reparations. Y'all got to get that out y'all head. We will not see reparations, okay? Because America has to say, I did this shit. All the pictures and the videos that y'all saw about slavery, we did this. They have to admit that they did this. They not going to do that shit. They is not going to do that shit. They will not do that shit. Even when they gave money to, you know who I'm talking about, the JEWS, okay? Even when they gave money to them, did they cause what was going on? They did not. They gave them money. They caused what was going on with us. They didn't give us anything because they want the history to remain the history, and they don't want to say we fucked up. They don't want to say all the evil stuff we done to the black community, that we were wrong. America is not going to give you reparations. It's done, baby. Stop thinking that. You ain't getting no check. You ain't getting nothing. They will not do that. That's not even the agenda. But back to what I was telling you about Trump. That will not happen. There's too many different races that is on the police force. He ain't giving no black people immunity to be killing white folk. I'm telling you right now. He just said that shit so he could get the endorsement. And the police unions should have known that shit too. He ain't doing that. He not doing that. He just saying that so he could get y'all motherfucking vote. That's what they do. And he'll keep prolonging it. Oh, you know, I got this going on. I got that going on. And I'm not able to do it. He's not going to be able to do it, baby. It won't work. It's not going to work. It's not. So now what I want to say to y'all is that at the end of this broadcast is that regardless of what y'all think, regardless of what anybody on YouTube say, the cop was wrong. And also, Sonya Massey, she didn't handle her womanship. She didn't handle her womanship. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to understand this. Women, we are here to be the helpmate. We are here to be the helpmate. That's what we're designed for. We are not designed to be baby mamas. We are designed to be wives. We are designed to be wives, okay? And when you do everything outside of your purpose, you have failed at womanhood. When you go before God and try to explain, you have failed at womanhood. If you had not married, if you are not submissive to your husband, because you could be married but not be submissive, you have failed at womanhood. I'm not going to add children, because why I say I can't add children, because some women can't have babies. So I'm not going to say that. But I'm going to say, if you not married, and you have never submitted to your husband, you're married but you never submitted to your husband, you have failed at womanhood, because you are designed to come here to be the helpmate. That's what you're designed for. Y'all take heed to the message. Much love to you all. Thank you for coming to rock with me. 2 hours and 16 minutes. I appreciate y'all. That's a lot of talking and a lot of videos. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to rock with me. If you want to donate to the channel, you can donate through Cash App. You can also donate through Super Chat. I greatly appreciate it. Okay. Much love to everybody who stopped by. If you want to shop with us, our family business is called ubmrexfashion.com. Okay. The links are in the bio on my YouTube page. You will see ubmrexfashion.com. That's the first link. SD, Macari, eBay, and Pushmart. Okay. I will be your customer service rep. Okay. We ship out same day. All right. Also, we sell bags, army bags, purses. We sell fedoras. We sell women clothes, jackets, jeans, dresses, all that good stuff. And the fedoras are adjustable in size and different colors as well. So also YouTube makes me sell merch. So I sell merch for YouTube. Y'all see the cup, right? Okay. So we got hoodies, cups, water bottles, mugs, all that good stuff they got in here. And baby clothes too, y'all. Y'all can check it out, okay, if you're interested. And if you can't do none of that, baby, while you here, hit that like button for me. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe for me as well, if you feel the content. Everybody have a wonderful day. Much love to Black Man Unfiltered Network. Much love to Lost in Translation Podcast. I appreciate you, brothers, for all that you do. Shout out to the Underrated Darkness. Shout out to World Class as well. The World Class. Shout out to that brother as well. Everybody, y'all have a wonderful day. And y'all take heed to the message.